Good morning. Uh, Today we like to start our console hands-on session. Um, so for this session, actually I will take a model taken from uh, example in the library of consoles. So this model will use piezoelectric modules, which is available in under MEMS. Then the model is about thin film bulk acoustic wave composite resonator. So in this model, actually we will try to solve simultaneously electrical and mechanical problems in a single model, and then we're gonna try to find the resonant frequency, but also the certain characteristics of this device in a frequency domain. Okay, the background and the motivation for this simulation model. So actually this model is a bulk acoustic wave resonator that has been used as a narrow band filter in a radio frequency application. So this model is can be considered as a RF MEMS application. The main advantage compared to the traditional ceramic electromagnetic resonator is that they can be made in a smaller size, and it can be designed to have a acoustic wavelength smaller than the electromagnetic wavelength. So in addition to the desired bulk acoustic mode, which is normally our first resonance mode, the resonator structure may have also spurious mode with very narrow spacing. So our goal is usually to maximize the quality of the main component and to reduce the effect of the spurious mode. So in this tutorial, I will show you how to model this resonator using in 2D using eigenfrequency and frequency response analysis. So the model that we will try to simulate is shown here. So the geometry and the model is taken from the reference 1 and 2 that I will show later at the end of the slide. So this model has two aluminum layers which operate as a ground and top electrodes, and then one active piezoelectric layer from using outside in between of aluminum layer, and then the thickness of the silicon layer at the central region is 7 micrometer, and aluminum layer is 0.2 micrometer or 200 nanometer thickness, and then the piezoelectric layer is 9.5 micrometer. So the assumption that we need to do is we're going to try to model it in 2D using the plane strain assumption, where the out of plane thickness is specified to be 1.7 millimeter. So since our out of plane thickness is 1.7 millimeter, which is 1000 times more than our structure, let's say the piezoelectric thickness, which is in 9.5 micrometer. So this assumption can be applied rather than we try to simulate in 3D, which will cost our calculation time. So okay, and then this model will solve mechanical and electrical losses, which will be considered in the piezoelectric zinc oxide layer. And then this is a multi-physics problem where we need to combine the structural mechanics and electrostatics modules to solve the piezoelectric domain. and here actually we gonna have the combination only in the piezoelectric layer, but in the other region it will solve only structural mechanics equation. And we're gonna put also a perfectly matched layer at the bottom to absorb the elastic wave at the adjoining region. So the theory behind this model is first, since we gonna solve a piezoelectric problem, so of course it will use Hooke's law. And then so from this Hooke's law, actually it's a combination of mechanical displacement and the electrical displacement. So in the first study, we're gonna solve it using eigenfrequency, where we will search for resonance mode and the resonance frequency. And then once we already specify the mode and the resonance frequency, we're gonna choose the frequency region where we're gonna need to use a frequency domain, and we're gonna put the initial frequency and the final frequency to where our mode need to be localized in that region, in frequency region. So once you already solve the problems, you will see the results for the first study, which use eigenfrequency analysis. So we're gonna see that the lowest mode, or the first fundamental mode, will be located at 221 megahertz. So this is the fundamental longitudinal thickness mode. And then we could see that the deformation of this mode, and where the deformation to be used for visualization of the mode shape. And then we're gonna do also for the study, for the second study, where we're gonna fix the frequency domain. So we're gonna fix it from 215 and 255. So this region will be in the range of the first fundamental mode range, which is 221 just now. And then so from here we're gonna have our deformation, but also our electrical potential distribution. So from the second study under frequency domain, so we can have our electrical measurement to be compared with the experimental value. So over here we're going to calculate the admittance, which is the ratio of the total current flowing through the piezoelectric materials to the voltage across it, and then as shown here in the first graph. So we're gonna have our first peak here, which define the first resonance mode at 221, and then we're gonna calculate also the quality factor. And then in the case of the resonator, the highest quality factor is preferable, and which can be seen at 221 megahertz, which is also the first fundamental mode. So the concluding remark is here we solve piezoelectric problem of thin film resonator using the combination structural mechanics and the electrostatic physics interface, which is available in the MEMS module in COMSOL. So from this model we have the possibility to search for resonance mode using eigenfrequency and calculate the electrical and mechanical parameters in a defined frequency range. So just now we show that the calculation of the admittance and the quality factor. So the result shows that it shows a good agreement with the experimental data. So the reference that we use for this model is the publication from Nielsen in 1983 and also Makonnen in 2001. So right now we're gonna start our hands-on session with by using the software. So for those who got the access to the software, so you can click on the software, and then so you can follow step by step. So to start, actually, so we're gonna choose here. Once you click on the software, normally you will get something like this figure where you're going to choose the model wizard. So for us, if we start from 0, so we're going to choose blank model, and then after that you're going to choose the dimension either in 1D, 2D or axis symmetric. So for us, we're going to choose 2-dimensional. And then we need to choose the study that we want to perform. So in our case, just now I told you that we're going to do eigenfrequency and then the frequency domain. So in the next step, you need to choose eigenfrequency and frequency domain, and then just click done. And then over here, normally the next step, so you're going to see the windows of the interface of the simulation of the console. So you can define the fixed parameters for your model. Let's say, for example, you want to fix the geometry, let's say the width or the thickness. So we can put as a parameter over here. But later on, let's say if you want to choose to vary this parameter, so you can vary it from here. So after that, we're gonna build up the geometry, or let's say we are drawing our structure. So over here, we're gonna need to draw a few rectangles and define the geometry in terms of the thickness or the width of your rectangles, which will define, let's say, the electrodes and also the piezoelectric layer. Once you finish with your drawings, we're going to choose our materials. So actually our material is we're going to choose from MEMS modules, and the materials from MEMS modules. So we're going to have a few options over there. If you open the software, you're going to have a metals, piezoelectric, insulator, polymer. So choose the right section, and then you're going to find your materials. So for this study, link oxide is under piezoelectrics, and then for aluminium, you're gonna find it from the metal section. Actually, you can also define new materials. However, you need to ensure that all the parameters required for the modules need to be need to be provided. So over here, the next step is for this model is to define the physics and the boundary conditions. So once for this model, actually we're going to choose two modules. The first one is solid mechanics, and second one is electrostatic. So for solid mechanics, it can calculate the deformations due to mechanical loadings. For example, if you put a force on top of the structure, and then so once you choose the modules under solid mechanics, actually you can find Fine's constraint. So Fine's constraint we're going to need to apply at the bottom of our structure, and then under electrostatic modules, we're going to define the ground and the terminals at electrode, which is the layer of the aluminium, and then we fix the voltage. And then the next step is the meshing parts. So over here we're gonna choose the meshing option called map and distributions. So after the meshings, you will see your structure looks like this. And then if possible, we need to do also a convergence test, which where we re-evaluate the model by using finer mesh to create higher number of degree of freedoms. But we need to after that we need to check whether the obtained result is consistent. So once it shows a consistency, so our convergence test is optimized. So let's say we can save also our time by choosing the right meshing. So actually if you try to do a meshing with finer elements, where we're going to have a higher number of degree of freedom, actually it can also give it can also increase your calculation time. So we need to find the right size of our meshing. And then in the post-processing section, actually it's under result. So once you solve your problems, and then under result, you're gonna find results, and then we look for global evaluation. So here actually we're gonna calculate the Q factor and the admittance under certain frequency range. So actually it will calculate automatically, since the formula is already there. And then under this section also you can perform a mathematical operation like integration, derivations, etc., in order to calculate another parameters, for example. So okay, so this will end our class for today. So if you have any question related to COMSOL or FEM simulation, you can email me or or also message me to my number here. So yeah, thanks for your attention.